I know your son's a big player.
Yes, he is.
Who does he play as? Here's the question. Do you know?
I don't know really. I just know that I can wake up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with his noise.
Yeah. Does he spend money on Ultimate Team that you're aware of?
Yeah, I control the
Great bastard.
and, yeah.
As always.
So that means the
hell?
rewards today.
Oh my god. Oh my god! They're all Peter Moore! What the hell's going on? Who hijacked the signal? Oh my fucking god! Ah! Huh? McElroy? McElroy? McLeroy? Macaroni? I give up.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Disclaimer, I will try my best not to make jokes about Tiger Woods' sex affairs. Now that I got that out of the way. The PGA Tour series began in 1990 with PGA Tour Golf for MS-DOS. Then it was later released to the Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, Macintosh and Amiga the next year, and for the Master System and Game Gear another year later. The game was a success, and like most EA games, it was released yearly. Since 1998, the series was then renamed to Tiger Woods PGA Tour Golf, as it was sponsored by the #1 golfer of the same name at the time. There was no PGA Tour 15 apparently, as Tiger Woods is getting rusty at golf at his late 30s, and instead there's Rory McIlroy PGA Tour released in 2015 and sponsored by Northern Irish pro golfer of the same name. But for today's review, I'll be looking at Tiger Woods PGA Tour Golf 2001. God damn it, EA! PGA Tour 2000 was released in Europe with its name intact. You're only making people think this is the first installment of the series. It was released for the PS1 and PC in 2000 and a year later for the PS2. Storefront handled the PlayStation versions, while Headgate, now known as EA Salt Lake, famous for their mediocre Sims 3 expansions, handled the PC version. I'll be reviewing the PS1 version because I'm a cheapskate. I'll bet my copy is locked to Spanish. Wait, it's not? Okay. So you can start playing now, which is some sort of a campaign mode where you have to get to the top 16 to get to the next course at first. There's also other modes if you select game setup, like practice, which is obvious. You practice and agree to start your shot as many times as you want, or do mulligans in golf terms. Stroke is a single course match. Tournament is a match that can be divided from 1 to 4 rounds where you have to be on the top 16, then 8 on the next round, then 4 and then be first place. Match is mostly the same as Stroke, but you're taking turns with other players. And skins. I don't know what that is. Let me look up on the internet. A skins event has players compete for prize money on each individual hole. Well, you learn something every day. Can we discuss about it later? I'm busy at the moment. Let's do a stroke. No, not like You can select one of 8 real-life golfers, all one custom-made, which can be presented in one of 8 real-life golfers, since they are just digitized sprites and not 3D models like in Mario Golf. There are 6 courses that you can play, none of them are probably owned by Donald Trump. Look, I said I will not joke about Tiger Woods' sex life, but I didn't say I will not joke about Trump. Hey, at least it isn't political. Either way, there's twice as much courses as the PS2 version. Wow, I'm sticking with the previous gen until you impress me with something. Shit. So in the game, you either press the X button if you only have a digital control, or the right analog stick to swing the club. And that's kind of it. Sure, you can do other things, like greening the green, which I don't think it works at all to me. You can zoom your aim by pressing triangle to see where the ball should be going if you swing to the ball at the center. You can also change clubs, but you don't need to do it at all, since the game gives you the recommended club to use for you. If you're at the novice difficulty, you can become God by controlling the air when the ball is dropping at the air. Which is basically shitting like, Clinton shitting at the primary. Shit, that's too political! After you're done with a hole, you're greeted by this screen where it tells you the parts of the holes and how many shots you did on a hole. But what the fuck are these? What do they mean? I don't understand this. The only stuff that I know are the power and the shots I did, and that's it. I must become a golf nerd to understand this. Oh, I could just look up at Wikipedia, but I'm too lazy for the moment. You know, I just realized something when playing. The game feels like it could be played on an Atari 2600 controller. I can explain. When you're in digital mode, to swing, you press the X button to begin, press it again to set the power, and one last time to try aiming the club to the center. Like I said, you can change the clubs by pressing L1 and L2, or you can adjust your aim by pressing up or down on the D-pad, since it also changes the clubs, and left and right are obvious. So, if I have the modding skills, I could waste my time modifying an Atari controller to map the button as the X button and the joystick as the PlayStation D-pad, and replace this common input to a PS1 input. I say common because this was used in loads of controllers back in the 80s and 90s, like the Mega Drive controller. Oh crap, I'm getting sidetracked again. The way it plays is kind of real, and this is from someone who has never played actual golf in my life. I mean, I did play Wii Sports, but I don't think it replaces real-life golf. Unless you're an old man at a retirement house. Well, since I'm apparently good at this game, I should try participating in a tournament. And it's gonna have only one round because I didn't know there was an option to choose how many rounds until I finish the tournament. Welcome to Summerlin. Okay, so you know how it works. Pay attention to the wind. They ignore it because I'm a sucker for long shots. What you don't have to ignore are the putting stuff, because the ball would swerve due to the bumps on the green, so you have to aim at the sides. What I love about Summerlin is hole number 3. Try doing a super shot to the other side of the sand line for an easy eagle. Well, I tried to get it, but I didn't know the green wasn't flat. Whoops. Doesn't matter, I got a birdie. What is with the inventors of golf and their obsession with birds? You know, whenever I set the power of the recommended error, I always think, I overdid it, I overdid it, I overdid it! Oh, thank God. Well, shit, I'm really good at it. When using the right analog stick, using the X button is shit. I would get the line too much to the left or too much to the right. The right stick feels rather digital than analog when you set the power. I don't know why they programmed it like that, but it doesn't kill the enjoyment. Hey, I'm tied in 3rd place. I hope I don't screw this up. When I first played the game, I had trouble with hole number 16 due to the lake. I keep getting the ball into the water. Now, when I recorded, I managed to get the ball over the lake and into the sand. I lost an opportunity for an eagle. Oh, and while you're putting, don't ignore the fact that this is a simulation game, because this happens. Well, I can still make it for a par. No, no, no! Well, I suffered worse. At Sawgrass. After 18 not so painstaking holes, I went 4th. Kind of. And earned $24,000. Yay! Enough money to buy a fucking Mondeo with a 1-liter EcoBoost engine, an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment, and parking sensors. For just 20,875 euros. Okay, let's get to the audio-visual stuff that is not as important as the gameplay, even though most game reviewers talk about the presentation before tackling the gameplay for some reason. The graphics are alright. Like I said earlier, the game uses digitized graphics for the golfers instead of 3D models. This type of stuff is used in most 3D golf games at the time. Hey, it sure beats the beatball plays from MDA Live 01. Though, when you're playing it on an emulator, the transparency looks off for some reason. Maybe it's due to the graphical plugin that I'm using or the graphical settings I set. I don't know. The camera seems to have issues. Most of the time it follows the ball, but other times the angles are all over the place, and you won't know where the ball will land. No, I don't want to see what's on front of the ball, it's disorienting. The frame rate seems to be between 20 to 24 frames per second, though there was some slowdown at a few spots. Audio-wise, all the 8 golfers are voiced. They will say stuff like the disappointment of how the ball hit the bunker or water, the self-compliment of swinging the ball, and doing a successful hole. Your custom character is mute, so you may as well use it if you don't want to hear the stuff the default golfers say. The music is mostly played on menus and on Play Now Career-esque mode, though it plays this rather repetitive tune that plays in every hole. The menu musics are kind of better. They're short, but at least they're pleasant to listen. I like the tropical one, where it seems like it's being played on The Price is Right when they showcase a vacation prize. It's nice to see you, Pete. Now, if you're lucky, you'll win this beautiful prize. Johnny, show us what you will get. You're about to be interrogated by a naked lady. Wait, what? Okay, you can talk now. Use my computer as your mouth, I guess.
First of all, I am really sorry for what I've done to you, like forcing you to give me oral sex and killing your psychiatrist. It was not my intention to do so. It's just that I got really paranoid and really angry for being yelled at you.
Look, you should expect me to yell because you killed a man in front of me. I should be fucking pissed. But sorry for acting like that.
It's okay. Anyway, do you want to know why I choose the theme for this month? It's because I wanted to regain my life. I actually kinda died 16 years ago when I was driving in the desert after I got fired from my job as a game shop cashier. I was really so sad and so angry that I got distracted from the road and drove off a cliff. I said kinda dead because I woke up in purgatory. Naked. Apparently, there's a reincarnation office, so headed there. I asked the guy in charge to get back to life. He said yes, but at the cost of my voice and visibility. Nobody but a random game reviewer can see me a year. Me being mute is a permanent issue, but to get my visibility back, I had to get a guy to review at least 3 games until the end of a random month. It was not actually me that chose the theme. It was a really specific task, to be honest.
Wait, you died 16 years ago?
Don't worry, I'm not a zombie.
Oh. How old are you?
38.
Wow.
At least I am immortal, and be this young until my demands are finished.
Well, there's that.
Anyway, 2001 to 2006 were bad years for me since most that I witnessed only reviewed current games, but the guy wanted them to review specific games. Then things sort of started to bloom. Like in 2007 where I told someone to review Contra games, but he was really lazy that he started talking about them in early 2008. June 2008 was Superman games, and the guy could have saved me if he didn't upload his Superman 64 review in early July. 2009 was some IGN guy, and the theme was basketball games, though there weren't enough basketball games released that year, to my knowledge. 2010 was about racing games, but the guy he chose wasn't fond of them and I was accused of stalking. 2011 was about Zelda games, but like last year, I was accused of stalking. 2012 to 2015 was about skateboard games, FPS games, Pokemon, and movie tie-in games. For last year, he chose Doug Walker.
This guy?
Yes.
Was he just fucking with you? Because Doug Walker mainly reviews movies.
He was drunk at the moment.
Ah, that explains it.
What I'm trying to say is that I reached to a point where I abuse the person to review them so that I can live properly. Sure, being immortal and young is great, but it gets boring, so that's why I'm doing. I'm sorry again for doing this to you.
Okay, we've done a lot of stupid crap throughout this month, so before it ends, we should do something to redeem ourselves.
I am open to casual sex.
Nah, that's too easy. Let me think of something else. How about a date?
Sounds fine by me. Anyways, see you in a week. I hope you're prepared.
Hey, before you leave, you should dye your hair, so that you could get less suspicious when you become visible, that is. Yeah, I just remembered that you're wanted for murder. While you do it, I'll buy you some clothes. So what I thought about the game? Well, it's great. The graphics look decent, if dated. The gameplay is alright, and I should recommend you to use an analog controller to beginners, since it makes it easy to hit the ball to go straight. I'm back! Oh, are you trying to seduce me, ma'am? Maybe later. Oh, thank you! Well, it's been nice to see you. Here, have half a grand for the hotel. Just don't spend it much on the minibar, okay? Time for the waiting game.